Hit your refresh. Hit your refresh. Uh-oh. Did you get a notification?
No notification.
You didn't?
No. But there's people there. Hi, everyone. Hi, people.
They're all here right now.
But no one told me that you're here. That's not
serious?
Good. Normally, I get a notification. Is that yours?
There's mine.
There's mine, I think.
There's mine. We all got our notifications. We have notifications turned on. And you got to let the first commercial play. We're here. I see the chat. Where's the video? Refresh your screen. Refresh your screen.
And give us a thumbs up right before we
start. It's like a virtual hug. Wow, y'all, we are running into the storm. Do not be afraid, but be prepared, right? Be prepared, not scared. Run into the storm.
Oh, hi, Megan's here. Walterman.
Megan. Hi, Megan. Hey, Megan. Hope you had a good Sukkot over there in Indiana. I almost got you. I was so close. I'm sure you guys had a good time. I saw your fire pit, and you were ready to go.
Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. Hey, guys.
They made it. All right, make sure I hit the thumbs up. Where's my thumbs up at? All right, y'all, let's talk about it.
Well, let a few people come in first.
Let them come in first. Come on in. We're making room. Come on up. Move up. Move up. Let the people in the back in.
Come into the front row with us.
Scoot up. Move up. We got to move up. Yep, over there. You. Yep, move up. Over here. Yep. We got a couple spots over here. Over here.
Oh, Victoria got 70 pounds of sweet potatoes. Good job. I know, I've been seeing lots of people. It's been so dry. They do like dry weather. The sweet potatoes have done pretty good this year. Ohio and Texas and Florida and Alabama and Jersey girls here. Dayton, Ohio, Fort Lauderdale, Illinois.
Y'all do not leave home without it. Do not leave home without it and be proficient in it. Please, 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 and more please. Run into the storm, not from it. It's so sad. You know, when Stacy and we went to move off grid, in case you're new here, we live in a log cabin. This is our RV. We're traveling right now. But when we moved off grid, we actually thought about moving to Israel. That was like a big thing that was on my heart. I was really into those scriptures, man, hitting them hard and heavy. And I thought, man, that would be a kind of a place to live. But when I found out that I couldn't have a firearm and I had to rely on other people to take care of us, that nixed it right off the list. I could not believe that. So make sure you're in America, that you're proficient with your firearm. Okay, you guys? Don't let that thing sitting around. It's time to start exercising your rights. Tell them, Stacy.
That's right. We do not want to get dust on it.
That's right.
You want to practice. See, that's the thing. A lot of people may have a firearm and you just never use it, or you don't even know how to use it. What would happen if you need to know? So maybe go take classes, go to a shooting range, through the conservation, a lot of the parks and stuff around, they do have shooting ranges. So check into that and start getting proficient at it. It's very important.
If you're not good with a handgun, get yourself a good 12 gauge. Get yourself a good 10 gauge.
My grandma has by the side of her door.
Man. A lot of times, just somebody here in that rack will deter a lot of problems you could have. Also, seriously serious for the first 2,000 people that have showed up here. If you believe that Hamas just snuck through Israel, I mean, seriously, y'all. Can't you see all these setups? Nobody's talking about Biden. Nobody's talking about the border. Nobody's talking about nothing now except for this stuff. This is setup after setup after setup after setup, y'all. And I'm saying it. All right. What are you saying? What you got?
Let us know.
Let us know what you know.
Below.
Put them in the comments below. Tell us what you think you know.
Oh, Kidder Kadink says, how about the fall Missouri weather this weekend? The weather is just glorious.
Well, the weather outside.
Sunny, but, you know, not too hot during the day and nice and cool at night. Perfect sleeping weather. You know, actually the perfect temperature to sleep is between 65 and 70 degrees. So you do want it cooler because as the day goes on, so does your body temperature starts to kind of fall to get you ready to sleep. So you want to kind of get in that hibernation mode. So if you set your temperature in your house lower or open your windows at night, you do sleep very good. Just put more blankets on and your body will definitely sleep good. So for some of you guys that always have to have your window shut, maybe try it on some of these cooler nights to leave your window open and put a few extra blankets on. Doug and I like I like to see how cold we can get it because we have a wood burning cook stove in our house, you know. So in the winter, you know, it could be like 10 degrees or something, and we like to sleep when it's really cold, and we'll have tons and tons of blankets on.
And fans.
Yeah, and so we like to see how cold we can get it. It's like in the morning you're in there because we have to turn the stove back on, and it is freezing. It's like who's going to go turn the stove on, right? He usually does it though.
So what does it say in Revelations 3:9? Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship at my feet and know that I have love for thee. So, y'all, there's a lot of deep diving you got to do to look through all this other stuff. But yeah, it's the great setup, man. This is it. I think, unfortunately, make sure you have your food stocked up. I know everyone's said it before. Maybe you've heard it before in your lifetime. I've heard it a couple times. Now we got the Muslim and the Christians heating up. We got the masks, no masks, the vax, no vax, the Republicans, the Democrats. We got the January 6th and the BLMs. And I'm finding out about Antifa, BLM, all this stuff is so set up, man. They're working on your emotions, y'all. They're running you through total emotions, right? Like facts and everything really don't matter anymore. Everyone's strictly working off of emotions.
Well, I'll have to say, Mike is getting ready because he made sauerkraut and ghee Stacy's way. So that's good. You gotta start having this
great.
food.
Vitamin C, you guys don't more vitamin C than oranges or anything. Like that's sauerkraut.
It's more than anything. So if you guys don't know, sauerkraut is a powerhouse. And a lot of people say, ew, gross, it's gross. Well, you're probably used to ones that have been canned, you get in the store, or have been pasteurized. If you make homemade sauerkraut, it is so good. And generally, you know, a lot of people just make it with salt and cabbage. You can doctor it up. Like I put ginger in mine, I put garlic in mine, I put carrots in it. You could put shredded beets in it. You could put radishes in it. You could put onions in it. You could put so much in it and make it taste phenomenal. And then my little trick is I put caraway seeds in it, and it tastes incredible. It's so nutritious, you know, like 900 times the vitamin C than like the actual, like if it was like 75 milligrams of vitamin C or so for a cup, it might be 900 for a few tablespoons of sauerkraut. And it's so wonderful. So stuff like this is good to add to your arsenal, to have at home, just to keep you healthy. Let's say you can't, if you take vitamin C supplements, maybe you don't have them. This is a great way to supplement your vitamin C if you're feeling sick or something like that. And besides that, in a little bit, I know he wants to say something, but I have, because I just, you know, I finished my home remedy book. So I have a really good home remedy for some of you guys.
Hold on, what'd you say?
Home remedy.
What'd you say before that?
Before you finish, I have something good that you might have to use for your home remedy.
And what's it in?
It's in my home remedy book.
And what happened to that book?
I finished it.
Gosh, I had to drag it out of you.
That's a big load off my chest. So, and I'm going to talk about that in a little later. So stay tuned because this is something that you guys can have just hanging around. It's not like, this is food. So something that you can use on quite a few different issues. So that's what I want to talk about today.
Kind of.
Go ahead.
Now listen up. If you guys are anywhere around Kentucky, there's a thing called court days, and it's coming up this weekend.
This week, really? Isn't it?
It's coming up this weekend. You can look it up online. It's called court days, Court, right? Because back in the old days, they used to hang people there in Kentucky, Mount Sterling, Kentucky. And all the people would come around to see the hangings, and they'd wear their best clothes, and it was like a big thing.
They'd have food.
We should probably do that again. We should probably bring back the public hanging. But now listen up. At this place called Court Days, 100% legal, beagle, streagle, deagle, you can buy some good firearms. No paperwork, cash money, and carry, right? Like that place has every kind of firearm you can imagine, and you can buy it right there. No paperwork. So I was just giving that out to you guys. Totally legal, nothing shady, some shady going on. All the laws are followed over there. But if you want to go there, maybe some people will be there that you might know, but we'll be telling you about it so you guys know how to get off paper stuff so you can protect your family and stuff. Okay, so that's just a little insider info. I've never really heard of this before, and we've been going there the last couple years, and I've done it, so I mean I know it's all legit. But you can literally, they got for days walking around crafts, food, firearm, all these firearms, and not a single problem going on there. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Thousands of people.
Now you know.
Yes.
So that's one thing. Just make sure you guys, I don't know if you're following any of this news clip stuff. If you're not looking at it online, you're probably getting a serious watered down version of it. No one can save you when this stuff happens. These guys came in with paragliders supposedly into a concert. Like these kids and everybody were out there having a concert. And actually it was for peace, for global peace. There's the kicker, I guess you'd say. And yeah, they just started grabbing people, right? So like we have these people in our country that have been here 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, and definitely just now are walking over, all military age men. I'm going to talk about it this week. Coming right over to our border. They're in big tents doing calisthenics every morning while we're playing on our phones and trying to pay our bills. They're calisthenics, eating food, and getting ready. I'm just telling you guys how it is, right? Like what you do with the information is totally up to you, but I do not ignore it.
All right, Ted wants to know about his fermented veggies after he opened them up. Does he have to refrigerate them? Yes, you need to cool them down because they're going to keep fermenting. So the flavor and all that can change. Some things will do better than others. Keeping them cooler does help. I always say get an extra refrigerator instead of where you put your beer and your soda. Go ahead and make a ferment refrigerator, or just stick them in the back. You can line up tons of ferments in the very, very back where no one usually goes. And then that way you can have a few, rows that you can put ferments, or put them down if you have a root cellar or someplace cool, maybe down in the basement. But generally 40, 50 degrees is pretty good to kind of cool them off if you want to put your sauerkraut or your salsa or any of your fermented stuff.
Bristol, Tennessee in the house. Oh my gosh, man.
Lots of people said they were unsubscribed.
Oh, y'all are unsubscribed? I'm telling you. That's a fact, Jack. YouTube is called shadow banning, so they'll start kicking you off of our list. They'll hide our videos from you. You can always go to offgridwithdougendstacy.com to register for our email address. A box will pop up. We send out all the nice information that we can't give you on YouTube. And we send that directly to you, like links and pictures. And I'll be sending out the patent. The patent that the Rockefeller Institute filed in 2020 that uses frequencies to move nanoparticles that were in the jab. I'm not making this stuff up. When I do the video that I promised you about the frequencies, it's coming up. I had something to add to it. I found this. Y'all are awesome, by the way. A lot of you guys send me some great information. I got this crazy. You're going to think she's stone crazy, but I'm telling you, she's spitting the truth. And I'm going to try to work her into the video so you guys can listen to the stuff about the frequencies. You guys, on the 4th and on the 11th, they're going to do it again. People are not just flopping over. Okay, these frequencies are going out, and then it's affecting what's inside your body. It takes a while. Some people are saying that it may trigger about Mars disease, right? It's like a sickness inside of you, but it takes like 2 weeks or a month or something like that. So just, who knows? But why would you file a patent for nanoparticles in a vaccine to be affected by vibrations if you weren't doing the stuff? So I'm just telling you guys, like, this is the information that's totally available for you to read with your own eyeballs.
And then we're talking about frequencies too. Doug and I talk a lot about grounding. They call it earthing or being barefoot, and how important that is. And a lot of the EMFs and a lot of these frequency things, that could also help alleviate it too. So making sure you're kind of in tune with the earth could kind of hopefully, I don't know, it could help you.
It does help you.
So,
that's why they're messing with the frequencies, y'all. When we tell you guys that when you ground to the earth with your bare feet, and even with moisture on the grass and the soil, that the electrical charge, and they have all this stuff is like with the graphs where it lights up, you can see the thermal activity. The stuff is for real, and they know that. And they know that what they put in your food, the dyes and all that other stuff, makes you sick. They know that. Don't you guys get it? And the big pharma guys and the big food guys are all in it together. This is not capitalism, right? This is crony capitalism. And then they choke out the market. You think you have a choice, but every place you go to is owned by the same 3 or 4 people.
That's why I think it's so important for a lot of us, because I used to shop at a lot of the box stores and all that, and I have really cut it down so much. I try to keep everything as local as I can. Shopping at the Amish, a lot of the just little small mom and pop stores, and giving them my money, keeping everything in the community the best that I can. And if we start doing that and making things a lot more local, I think it will help so much. So talking about barefoot too. So when you are going barefoot, like I say, a lot of people are like, I don't want to walk around barefoot. I'm afraid about stepping on something, or I don't want to walk here or there. Just sit in a chair with your feet in the grass or your feet in the dirt. Concrete is considered a good surface too. So you could do dirt, you could do sand, you can do mud, you could do grass, especially when you have water with it. So sand in the ocean is wonderful, very healing. I mean, how many people go to the ocean and you feel so good because you're in the sun getting the vitamin D, and then also you're grounding with that beautiful, already electrically charged, the water and the sand and all that, as well as the dew on the grass. So sit there with your feet, read the paper, read a book, just hang out a little bit in the sun. And, even if it's cold outside, you still need to get out and do this. So if you could do it, sit there, because your body responds good to, kind of shock sometimes. So you hear about people taking cold plunges, or people taking, ice baths, or people taking cold showers, and how wonderful it is for your nervous system and for your immune system and your circulation and just your overall health, vitality. Well, you can do the same thing, if it's cold outside and you put your feet in the cold grass a little bit, you're going to get that also, as well as, instead of taking a cold shower, if you're like, I don't want to do that, you have a ton of nerve endings in the face. So just maybe wash your face or splash your face with ice cold water, do it for a little bit, and that can also give you some of that stimulation that's wonderful for your circulation and your nervous system and your immune system. So these certain things, we got to get out of this comfort box. I mean, we don't want to be comfortable. Right? That's a problem. As we get older, you want to get more comfortable, and you don't want to have this or that. I mean, it's good to be uncomfortable. Your body needs to be uncomfortable. So start getting out of the box and start doing these things. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe you're not going to have any hot water. You're going to have to live with cold water. So I mean,
straight up,
seriously,
you guys seriously start thinking about living without some of these creature comforts. If you put the wool from your sheep in your fertilizer for your garden, just remember that there's unintended consequences. So now what you're doing is you're providing bedding for mice. Okay, so just remember that. So like, for every action, there's a reaction, and it takes a while, trust me, for wool to break down in the dirt. So the mice will tunnel and make houses in your dirt using what you're providing for them for the house. So just remember that. But you can, do it if you like to do it and check it out. Could be a good idea, but that just comes to my crazy mind right off the bat. Okay.
You got it, right?
Y'all, it's about growing food. We are traveling right now. We are down by St. Louis. We were at the Whole Foods Market. I don't know, for some reason at this Chesterfield Whole Foods Market, y'all always see us and you know us, and I'm freaking out by that because it's a very liberal kind of an area, But out of the places we go to, almost 3 people walked up to us and was talking about us and appreciated our information and stuff like that. But there was a Rolls-Royce sports utility, thing in the parking lot, right? Like a Rolls-Royce, but it was like a
SUV.
Yeah, like an SUV. Right. I forget what they call it.
It had the big grill.
A Caravan or Cullivan or something like that, something fancy. So I'm checking out this Rolls-Royce thinking, man, it looks so heavy, like a tank. And I was looking at it, checking it out, and I was just walking away, and I turned around, and here she comes up to the car. And I went back and I was talking to her, and she hit the button, and the little lady flipped out of the hood, and I was like, oh, it flips out when you hit the button, right? And she goes, yeah. And I said, oh, okay. So I said, man, this is a pretty heavy car, right? Like it rides pretty heavy. She says, oh, yeah, this is a pretty heavy car. She was from Poland, moved to New York. From New York, now she lives in the St. Louis area. So she says, yeah, pretty heavy. So I says, man, ride's good, huh? I said, not much room in the back, though. She said, oh, yeah, there's a lot of room back there. She says, I go shopping and I fill that thing up. I shop too much. I said, man, no kidding. And then, me, my mind goes right to, what do you do for a living? Like, how do you afford a $500,000 car?
It costs $500,000.
And she says, well, I'm in a little bit of real estate, and we have a logistics business, which right away, means like a trucking business. So she says she's in the trucking business. I said, man, the trucking business, I said, they're taking a nosedive right now. I said, they're not picking up orders. No one's shipping a lot of stuff. She said, yes. She said, because I'm following this. I'm going to do a story about it this week. She said the orders are really, really down. And she says they have to bid so cheap to get what orders they can get, right? So y'all stock up on what you need, okay? The Panama Canal is jammed up. The Mexican trains were shut. I don't want to put those signals up now. Somebody says that's some kind of signal. I'm going to sit on my hands so you don't think I'm tossing any signals over here. The Mexican train was shut down because they're jumping on it to get up here, right? Because it's open borders. So they shut the train down. I think it's running now again. Then we had the disruption east-west because of the Nebraska chemical thing. So there's a lot of pressure on the supply chains, and you're going to start feeling that stuff, especially y'all on the East Coast, because that's where your stuff comes from, is through the Panama Canal.
She said there will be.
And she said, like, I wasn't talking about none of this stuff. She'd never seen me before in her life. We're just talking about her car. But she said, there will be food shortages. She said that to me. And I already know it. There will be food shortages. They didn't burn all the plants, all the chicken plants, all the processing plants, all that stuff. Kill all the birds for the fake flus, all that stuff for nothing. All right. Phew. But I wanted you guys to know firsthand. That just happened like 2 hours ago. And she brought it up about a food shortage.
Swiss Miss wants to know about castor oil on a bone spur on the elbow. Yeah, go for it. Best thing to stock up on is food that you eat, right? Whatever you can afford to get extra of. If you can get vodkas, high-grade grain vodkas, you know what I mean? So you can make tinctures, bartering. If you can get brandies, things that last a long time, you can barter with those. Coffee, toilet paper, all raw
your staples.
Honey, garlic, so you can
honey
make your own
doesn't
medicines.
go bad. Think about things that go bad.
Yeah, fermented honey garlic would be great for, like, you might need it.
Instead of getting eggs, maybe get chickens. You know what I'm saying? Like, think long game. Because if this stuff, honest to goodness, y'all.
And also, the other thing is
it will take a long time to get everything situated
water is
back
important.
again.
Water.
Learn how to collect water. Get you some kind of filters. Before that video cracked on the Berkey filters, I bought 5 years worth of filters, and now you can't even get them anywhere.
And I
Be
know
proactive, not reactive, y'all.
Hey, have you heard? There's another filter that they say that works almost as good as the Berkey. It's called Dothan. Is that right? Dothan, Dothan filter. I don't know if it's quite as good, but it is. You may want to check that online or something, but I think it's called Dothan, and it'll fit in a Berkey. So if you can't find one and you do want to get some filters, because water, we cannot survive with water, and water is very, very important. So might check on those. I'm not quite sure 100%, but
definitely stock up on salt. Get your Redmond salt. Anything that you guys are getting maybe shipped to your house that you can buy in bulk and save money on, load up.
And things that aren't going to go bad, like we're talking about. I get salt in the big, huge bags, and I go through it because I use it as medicine. I use it as my mineral supplementation because I make the Soleil, and we have a teaspoon of it every morning with our lemon and lemon water. I use it on our food. I use it to ferment with. So I go through so much using the salt. And you guys want a quick one? If you ever get bags under your eyes, you can get a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, of the unrefined salt, and put it in a couple cups of warm water. And then you get those little cotton pads, and then you can put them under your puffy eyes for a while, and it'll help the puffiness go away. So there you go. There's another little remedy that you might want to use. But salt can be used for so much. So much. Even you can put it in a little bit of coconut oil. If you have like chapped lips and the skin's coming off, you can just rub the coconut oil with a little salt on there and it'll get all the skin off your lips too. So salt is very handy. You can use it for a lot. And it makes your things taste good, and especially the Redmond, the real salt. It's unrefined. You get over 60 trace minerals that the human body needs. Very, very good for you. And you can go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com, go to the shop tab, and you can get 15% off.
Da-da-da.
How was that?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, we do take magnesium. We take it sometimes at night to sleep. A lot of you guys could probably get a better night's sleep with some magnesium in your life. What's somebody? Oh, I will be at Paul Bunyan next year. I was this close.
He was gonna go.
I was gonna go, but then I thought, dang, and then I got to go to Kentucky, and then so I just said, no, I can't do it. So I stayed home and hung around the house and got some more things done.
Oh, and then if someone was,
but I will be there next year for sure. Gary and Marge, me, Stacy, and the whole gang's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna go next year. If you want to look into a very, very clean magnesium, and it has quite a few different types, because there's a lot of different magnesiums, like magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate, magnesium citrate. There's lots of different ones, but there's a company, it's called BioOptimizer, and they have a very wonderful magnesium supplementation. So just do your research on that and check out BioOptimizer.
If you guys just showed up and if you think Israel was snuck into by Hamas, you're a doggone fool. You guys, don't you see set up? Every time they indict Trump, or some news comes out about Biden's, they indict Trump. Now Biden's going down. He's getting impeached. His son's got felony gun charges, drug charges, all this stuff. The laptop's for real. All the theorists were right. I mean, come on, man. And now you guys weren't buying in on the Ukraine hard enough. So now we're off to Israel. Can't you see? Man. And you know what? What helps you not see are the frequencies that you can't see, because they're turning them up. 3G, 4G, 5G. And I'm telling you, when I do this frequency video, it's all going to make sense. Everything's going to start following right in line. And this stuff's been going on, y'all,
for a long time. Yeah, because it's all about it. We are
It makes sense why they want all the jabs in the kids. Everything is going to make sense when I tell you this stuff. It's where we're going. Transhumanism. We better get serious, y'all.
Happy Camper's doing good with the kombucha.
Working on 10G.
Oh, Belleville H. Hotfinger. Oh, there was a shooting in Belleville at an elementary school.
Like Trump, don't like Trump. Y'all, the world is a stage. Here, I'm going to show you right now. The world is a stage, okay? Seriously. I mean, y'all, they work on your emotions, and they always are tugging at your heartstrings, and they don't want you to do the facts.
Oh, you need to stop banging the mouse. You're hurting people's ears.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, check this out. The world is a stage. Look what they're doing right there. They got a kid on the ground. They're taking a camera shot from above with a gun taped to it so it looks like it's down the butt of the gun, right? But they got the kid laying down with his leg bent back. They got blood underneath him, and they're telling him how to lay there. Okay? See the Jewish guy right there on the left with the seat? Y'all, the world is a stage. Trust but verify. Okay? This is it. I'm telling y'all, this is it. They're going all in because you know what? They've ran all the money out. There is no gold back in the dollar. Every country is busted. Every country is nothing to lose. This is it. So all the big elitists that think they run the whole show and have conned us, look how they've conned us. That's why people think we're so stupid, because look at all the lies we've been living in. But this is it. I really feel it in my heart, man. Something's going to go down. We got these sleeper cell boys all over our place. Don't think we don't. So, link. Man, some stuff you guys are on your own. You got to just go find it.
Okay, let's talk about...
It's the World Wide Web. It's the information age, man.
Let's talk about inflammation. So let's say you had some type of inflammation. And I'll start with this is I went to an Amish wedding on Thursday.
Yes.
One of the young girls that we're friends with, and she got married. And the other sister, we had gone to the wedding last year, and she just had a baby. And it was funny because I have given them, they all know, because the bentonite clay is that you can make from Redmond is you just make like a paste out of it, and you can use it for so many things, but it's very good for mastitis. We've used it on our animals, and a lot of women I know have used it. A lot of the Amish girls have been using it, especially when you start breastfeeding. Your breasts get very swollen, and this is very helpful with this. So I had told her that, and the mom had told her too, but I don't know if she had the bentonite clay yet at the time. So I saw her at the wedding, and I asked her because I knew that she was having trouble, and I said, did you put the bentonite clay? Because I like to hear things. That's why a lot of the stuff that I put in my book, people have tried. I have a lot of people trying it and doing a lot of these remedies. And she says, well, at first I didn't have it, and Mom said to use the cabbage. So for a lot of you guys who don't know, getting like a green or red cabbage, you peel the outer part, that's kind of the yucky part, get a nice leaf, and you just blanch it. So you'll stick it in the boiling water for a minute or two to kind of get it nice loosey-goosey, to get the juices going. And then up any place that you might have swelling, things like that, red or swelling. So let's say we're going to put it on a breast. So you could put that on there, and that'll help with the inflammation. So what she did was she didn't know how to do it right, and she just went ahead and put a regular cabbage leaf on it, and then she said it didn't work. And then she went ahead and got the bentonite clay from her mom, and she put it on, and she says it immediately worked. However, when you do use, because the Amish use the cabbage leaf one all the time, it works very well for sprains or strains like your ankle or your wrist, or if you have arthritis. So lots of them, especially the older folk, have like arthritic knees or your elbows or your shoulder. So anywhere there's a joint that you have a lot of pain and inflammation, try the cabbage leaf. You just put the cabbage leaf on there. You can wrap it with an ace bandage and leave it on for 30 minutes or 60 minutes and see if that helps. So, I mean, these simple little remedies like this, let's say you don't have a way to get something that you normally use. These things work very well, and they're safe, and they're very effective. So there's a new one for you.
Stem cells. The scientist dude took stem cells from a young rat and they put it in an old rat, and it actually started reversing its age. So they use stem cells, right, that they kind of get from umbilical cords, right, and they use that to heal people. Tony Robbins is a great motivational speaker, and he ripped his rotator cuff, and they wanted to do surgery and all that stuff.
Okay, stop a second. I know some people get upset because they think stem cells from umbilical cord. This is from alive. The mother knows and all that, and it's taken.
I don't care. I'm going to go to the creepy side. Just hang in there.
No, it's not.
So he got the injections. He went to Mexico or somewhere. He got the injections. He said it was from the umbilical cord. He said he checked it out because he would not do anything other than that. Okay. And he said his freaking shoulder right here healed within like 3 weeks, y'all. Like some crazy amount of time with no surgery. Everybody was freaking out. He says he has friends that had surgeries and they can't even barely lift their arm up. He got the injections and the stem cells. Man, he's moving his arm around. Now, let's talk about amberchrome or whatever that stuff is, right? Where they freak the kids out and they kill them and then they get, you got your kids in here. But that stuff is for real. And that's what they do. And that's why they take these kids, and that's why they traffic them, and they're never seen again. This is very serious stuff. I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm telling you guys, that's what they're doing. And they think they found the fountain of youth with all this stuff. These people, I mean, but that's serious. Yeah, stem cells are good. Like, you know, they can heal you, and that's how they found them, though, that's how the whole process started. There's a lot of, you know, kind of gray areas messing with stuff like this, right? Times of Noah. I mean, this is kind of, it's getting to be a little bit out of hand, I would think. Oh, that Tony Robbins doesn't care about insurance. He's like a billionaire. So, you know, the people, like I tried to explain to you guys before all this stuff started, the people with the serious money, right? The people that are up there, the upper players, they don't care about $20 a gallon gas, right? They don't care about $30 for a piece of meat or a burger. You know, they don't care. You care. And that's how they wipe out the middle class. And then there's only poor people and them. And then us to wait on them. Venezuela is a great example. All you have to do is look over there, 10% inflation every month. And then they started having wheelbarrows of cash to pay for bread, and they're standing in food lines, and you either work for the government or you have your own business or you're in the bread line.
Okay, I want to do a shout out to Scout.
Scout!
She's a truck driver, so hi, Scout. Welcome. And then the Jewel Patriot wants to know, what do I recommend for lymphedema? I would recommend rebounding on a rebounder, like a little mini trampoline, or check out Dr. Perry Nicholson on YouTube. It's called Stop Chasing Pain, and look up the Big 6 lymphatic massage exercises. I'd be all over it, and check out all his stuff.
And yes, please do get your seeds right now. Y'all don't wait to get your seeds, please. Get your seeds now. There's lots of places to get them. MI Gardner is a good place to get seeds. Johnny Seeds is a good place to get seeds.
Seeds of Exchange. You can, I mean, there are a lot of great places.
Other growers around your neighborhood are the best place to get seeds, because you want to grow local food to your area, because then you get the best seeds. So if you guys can do, maybe organize a seed swap, put it in the local paper, spend $10 on it or something, whatever it is, and try to get yourself a seed swap going in your local area right quick. Then you can meet some like-minded folks probably too. What do you think about growing peanuts? I wouldn't.
Well, the thing is okay, if
I wouldn't.
Just listen. Peanuts are they use it, like most people, if you're going to do them organically, it's a little different, but they use a lot of pesticides. For a lot of you guys that love peanut butter and eating a lot of peanuts, they have something called aflatoxins, and actually people eat peanut butter every day. It's not good for you to eat peanut butter every day. And regular peanut butter is loaded in pesticides, because the shell of the peanut is very permeable and it absorbs all of that stuff. So it's not good for you. However, if you're going to get peanut butter, I would highly recommend you get organic peanut butter. Okay. And Valencia peanuts, because you can get Valencia peanut butter. Trader Joe's has really good Valencia peanut butter. You can get organic Valencia peanuts. They're lower in the aflatoxins, which are not good. So if you're going to get peanut butter, you want to get organic Valencia peanut butter. And that's what I would recommend. And do not eat it all the time. I know people that have to eat it every day, and it's just not good for you at all. Over time, stuff happens. If you eat the same thing all the time, stuff happens. People will eat the same chicken and rice every single day, or they'll eat peanut butter and jelly every single day. You need to have a varied diet. You want to eat with your seasons, just doing these certain common sense things. Think how they used to live. Some people didn't have enough money. They couldn't eat. Maybe one day they didn't eat. They just drank water. Okay, there's some fasting. That's good. It gives your body time to relax and flesh out. Sometimes feast or famine. You know, if you have more food, you're going to eat more food. Maybe you only have one big meal a day. Today, that's what I did. I drank tea and water all day, and I had one meal today at 3 o'clock. And that was all I'm going to do today. Now, tomorrow morning, I'll end up probably eating breakfast and then a dinner. But it kind of changes up.
Mike, our government has overthrown all governments. We did it to Gaddafi. We did it to Saddam Hussein. We do it to everybody. And y'all were, after 9/11, man, let's go get them. And that was all just a big farce to destabilize the Middle East. And here we are. And all the BRICS nations, right, who are getting all their money together are all Muslim and Buddhist. And the ones clinging to the dollar are all Christian. Do you all see where we're going with this? Hello?
Oh, Robin said that she taped up a car today, and she did it ground without any shoes or socks. She says it felt weird. Well, see, that's the thing. I think a lot of us are getting disconnected from the earth, and you just need to. And once you start doing that and you're barefoot, you'll be like, wow. When you take your shoes off and then you walk in some type of natural surface, it just feels so good. Sometimes you'll be like, woo, you get the chills, but it's so good for your body. It's sort of like you're keeping all that static electricity in you, and then when you take those rubber-soled shoes off, it just lets it all out. So try it and see what happens.
Central banks are not the government, but they control the government. Central banks are a big scam, man. They're privately owned. The Federal Reserve is privately owned. They named it the Federal Reserve so you wouldn't catch on, right? Because we watch Bart Simpson, you know what I mean? We go to Disney World, okay? It's not. The Federal Reserve has nothing to do with our government, man. Kennedy wanted to get rid of them, and look what happened to him.
Swiss Smith says she made a jar of bentonite clay and gave it to her daughter for her hives, and it worked very well. Yeah, it'll get rid of that itch quickly. Oh, what about time is the FEMA test on the 11th? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the same time, y'all. They love their
Why
patterns.
are they doing it again?
Because they didn't get everybody.
It's because everyone turned their phones.
And on top of that, y'all, it's they're testing. You know, they can't just release it and be like, oh, that's good. They got to see how it reacts. They got to watch, like you guys wearing your masks. That's what they were watching for, compliance. That's all that was a psyops on compliance, so they could visually see how many people were following the master, right?
Well, what was the thing? What did you have to go to your notifications, and what did you say before on the end of the video? Some people didn't see it. What you should do on the phone. You know what I mean? When
it doesn't work. A lot of people pointed that out to me. It was hard for me to see because I was using the camera to show you guys. But when I even clicked it and it went off like it was off, it said right at the bottom that you cannot turn off these alerts.
My phone didn't go off, did it?
We turned them off. We turned our phones off. So just turn your phone off, you know, like noon or something. And actually what they did do is they snuck it in a couple minutes early. Like people were waiting until 2:20.
They did do it early.
It started blapping at like 2:15, 16, 18 and on up. So remember that all the senators and Congress people got issued satellite phones, y'all. Don't let this stuff get away from your mind. This stuff all happened. Everything is being propped up, right? They're showing you these images on TV. They're letting you know they're coming in and they're just grabbing women and children and killing them. And they're showing you that. I told you guys, we are going to see this go down live on social media. Man, this is crazy. I did say that. And now here we are. Watching them paraglide into Israel. Holy guacamole. Have you guys seen it? Let me know if you've seen the paraglide into Israel. If you haven't, I'll grab my phone and I'll show it to you. If you want me to show it to you.
And then Alyssa wants to know, can I use bentonite clay on my cat's paw pads that were damaged by their nails?
We've had that.
The cats?
The dogs.
Well, the one thing that I would do that is really, that's like a go-to for like anything for dogs and cats is coconut oil. Coconut oil would work too. You could put the bentonite clay. You can try that too. But I really like the coconut oil because then if they lick it off, it's still good for them.
Y'all, the internet is lit. Like, seriously. There's so much information. You do have to trust but verify, right? But there's so much information out there.
Oh, Doris just froze 8 bags of butternut squash. It is. I have so much butternut squash too. And it's good with orange, like orange juice, orange zest, and some butter and some seasoning. Oh, it's so good. And you can roast it in the oven.
Y'all, if you're not following me on Twitter, you should. It's at Doug and Stacy on Twitter. Now listen, tell me what this sounds like to you right quick. I'm going to deviate for 1 second here because I want to read to you this tweet I put out today. And I want you to tell me what it sounds like. And I called it right away. There's my if you think Israel didn't know about Hamas, right? You're sadly mistaken. All right, listen up. Now tell me what this sounds like. Israeli citizens in Israel towns near Gaza Strip begging for help from Israel police and army, and they're not there. 6 hours after the nightmare started. What happened to the strongest army in the world? How come border crossings were wide open? Something is very wrong here. Right? Man, that stinks like Maui. I had that right on my mind right away.
See, no one's talking about any of that stuff now.
No. You won't hear none of that stuff, man. Maui's yesterday's news. Y'all forgot about Maui already. That's why they put this new war up here in front of y'all. Come on, distractions. All right, I'm going to find it right quick. I'm going to show you. Everybody wants to see it. They're paragliding in. So they're having a peace party, a peace festival. It's not like really the Burning Man thing, but it's like a peace thing they were doing. Kids came from all over the place. Germany, this place, that place. And they're all out there shaking their thing, you know, living the hippie love life in the 2023 world. And let me show you now. I'll find her here. Over the back shoulder. You know, everybody's got their phones these days, right? Hey, twerking and got the phone out. And over the girl's shoulder, all of a sudden in the background, there's the poor young girl that was murdered there. That's the one that was with this stuff here I'm talking about. And over the shoulder of these people doing their party dancing and everything are about 10 of these gliders coming in with the Hamas, soldiers on them. So that was pretty interesting, right? Can you imagine if you're just out hanging out and all of a sudden gliders come in? There was a movie about that on TV back in the day. Was it Red Dawn or something? You guys remember that? And I'm just here to tell you, if I see 4 or 5 gliders coming in my way, and I can start seeing some, firearms and stuff, man, I am not waiting till they land to ask questions about nothing. I'm just here to tell you guys, man. And I'll just have to deal with the consequences with whatever happens after they hit the ground. But I'm not letting anybody land that shit on my place. There's no way, man.
Okay, Darlene wants to know about the update on the homestead and the crops and all that since the season's ending.
Man, we got our butts handed to us with the drought.
Yeah, it's been really dry now. We ended up, it was drought, all that. We didn't have any water, and then we got one good rain. And around us, people have been getting a little rain, but it's so dry again. The ponds are literally drying up. And if a lot of you guys follow the signs, the moon signs and all that kind of stuff, there's things called amber days, and it'll predict the next 3 months. So amber days were in September, so it showed whatever the temperature and the way the weather is that day, it'll make it for the next 3 months. So September's amber days are for October, November, December. And when we had them, it was just totally dry. So we're having very dry stuff right now.
We're in a serious drought.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Everything is just so dry.
Serious drought.
It's crazy now. I really like it because I use a lot of marigolds. At the end of the season, how big marigolds get. And I love marigolds. You can dry them out, and you cut the flowers off. And then I use that, and it's great to add into your spices. So it makes really good spice mixes. And then I use it in my salads. You can make teas out of it. So marigolds are wonderful. So I like to dry those out. And it's been so dry that they're all already shriveling up. And they can make it through a few frosts without dying. And even like my basil, a lot of stuff right now at this time of year just grows beautifully. My arugula, a lot of stuff is just getting so dried up, and it's just kind of sad. And I let everything go. A lot of people like to clean their stuff up. So for me, I'll let everything hang out there. I have all my sunflowers. There's still a lot of seeds on there. A lot of them I've harvested, and I'm going to save for the winter months for my chickens. But I leave a lot out there for the birds, and then a lot of them will reseed for next year. So I leave all my stuff out there. I do it the lazy way, but all my stuff's out there. And then when it gets earlier spring or later winter, then I'll start cleaning it up, because all that stuff is good in there. Like I chop and drop and let it all lay there, and then all that stuff over the winter, it covers the soil, and all the wonderful stuff from those weeds and from the vegetables and stuff will go into the soil, and it's just basically like fertilizer. So that's kind of how I do it. I'm still getting tons and tons of peppers. I'm getting tons and tons of tomatoes still. So I just go out there and I'll harvest it. I have a lot of herbs still. My parsley and basil is doing good, and oregano, of course. And I got a lot of new dill growing up. So these cooler months are wonderful. I like to grow a lot of greens. You can plant like my radishes, because they're anywhere from 21 to 30 days. And arugula will pop up in a day if you plant it. So it works out good. So
there's the parachuter dude, right? That's him coming in on the action right there. And then this here is the party that was going on. And in the background, you can see the paratrooper dudes coming in on those things right there. See them in the sky right there, right above the tree to the right? So everyone's dancing, hey, hey, hey. And these aren't like, Jewish people or nothing, obviously, because it was Shabbat. So those are just people that are there for a party. And like you could see the party's going on. They're like getting it on, like, hey, hey. And then he's like, whoop, what's that up there? And then you could see barely faintly them coming out of the sky over there. See that?
Oh my goodness. Beth says the big 6, that's for the lymphatic massage. She said cured her swollen lymph nodes. No joke. It's true, because your lymph nodes are the toilet of your body, and if they don't get flushed, they're going to get clogged up, and that's where sickness is.
They're going to get clogged up anyways. You guys, when I show you this frequency video, you are going to freak out. You guys, all these frequencies are clogging you up, and it's all by design. The ultimate goal that you guys have been hearing is transhumanism, right? Like they are literally trying to put us humans into like this thing where we are going to be medically worked on via like frequencies and online and stuff, like, right? Like I'm gonna explain it to you guys, but they're going to crazy town.
So,
and I don't want to go.
So listen to this. So people are like, well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So you need to do things to make your body. Put it down until I'm done.
Go ahead, just talk. That's just I'm showing them the paraglider dude coming in.
Okay. Put it down.
No one can believe it, right? Like this is Israel, the safest place on the planet. You know how much money they spent on defense? There's no way they did not know this was going to be going on. Y'all, we are being set up on a global big ass stage.
So we need to do the best we can to make us, be able to take some of the stuff that's going to be coming at us, like the frequencies, the waves, who knows? People have 5G, you got stuff in your house. We talked about grounding. But the other thing is lymphatic massage, because in our body, you have lymph nodes everywhere. And by doing this simple technique every single day, and I do it sometimes a couple days or a couple times a day, and it really does work. Because a lot of times you may notice under your arm or maybe here in your neck or around in here, you'll feel kind of like it's a little sore and then it goes away. Well, your lymph nodes are trying to detoxify and you need a pump. You need to move, you need to exercise. And just by regular massage, it can help flush that toilet and get rid of the toxins in your body. And if your body isn't able to get rid of those, and that's when we have sickness and disease and pain especially. So a lot of people even that start doing this lymphatic massage start noticing their achy joints get better. The pain in their neck goes away. The pain in their hip goes away. So, and it's simple. Everyone thinks, oh, it's woo-woo, foo-foo, all this stuff. We've been brought up with pharmacia, and then there's a pill for everything. Some of this common sense stuff, you look at traditional Chinese medicine, things that have been going on, just by, slapping your body and doing things like that is a wonderful way to, really help the lymphatic system, to help the cells in your body. So check out, I told you, Dr. Perry Nicholson on Stop Chasing Pain. Check out his stuff. And you can find the Big Six. We did it on one of the live shows. I did it with you guys. But it's so simple to do. Everybody should do it. And I like to do mine on my rebounder. Like I'll kind of start bouncing and then I'll start doing it. And then after I'm done doing the Big Six, then I'll bounce really good. And that way I know I'm trying to get all that junk out. And it works great. So, and then you'll feel good when you're done too. So I do it. I teach classes with seniors. I do it with them every class. And it is wonderful. And I've heard so many stories of people feeling better and so many different things. And it's something free and easy to do. It only takes a couple minutes to do, and why not try it? And the ferments last 6 months to a year easy, especially in the fridge. And the bottom line definitely is make sure you guys are just stocking up on your stuff. It's not going to hurt you guys to focus your energy on making sure you have your family's best interest at heart and that you're prepared with food, water, shelter, the necessities, right? Like there's never going to be anything bad that comes out of. I've known people that bought a lot of those dry good food stuff, right, for food storage, and like a year later lost their job. And then they survived on that while they got another job. And if they wouldn't have had that, they would have had a hard way to go. So there's always, your preps are always good for you, to have and to fall back on, Ammunition, everything, man. And make sure you're spiritually fit. That's a major thing right now. Spiritually fit. And don't let them give away your guns, man. America, they're still after the AR. Why now? Look, doesn't the AR look pretty sexy right now? The AR looks very sexy right now with all the bullets you can put in it. The longest banana magazine you can find. The AR looks so sexy right now. When I see the man cower in Israel with his wife by him and they cower against the wall, breaks my heart, man. It just breaks my heart. Oh my gosh, Ray says 247 years of a history. We've only been at peace for 16. Wow.
And that's a fake peace. That's all fake. We haven't really been at peace. It's kind of fake.
Oh, Brenda wants to know, do we renew our compost dirt in your raised beds every year? So every year I will top dress it with compost, yes. And then I have my little hand hoe, and I'll just kind of hoe it all in there really nice. I'll do, and usually after rain, I did a video on this a long time ago, and for you guys that don't do it, you just go pick up old like pots and tubs or whatever around, and there'll be millions of worms after a good rain. I'll get a big 5-gallon bucket, and I'll just throw tons of worms in there, and I put them in all my raised beds too, constantly through the season. Whenever it rains, I'll put a lot of worms in there. I like worm castings, or worm poop is wonderful to put top dressing. So go ahead and yes, definitely I do, because every year it's going to shrink, because the soil, the wind blows away, it'll be sinking a little bit more. So you do need to top dress a little bit.
Yeah, this live show is lit tonight, man. We are going all in. Dang it. And my @Doug and Stacy on Twitter is fully active, fully live. The 2 off the grid one is gone. Like, we got suspended from free speech Twitter. They lie right to your face. I don't even really post nothing. Like, I do some retweets. I find my own stuff. I post that. And I got banned off of there already. This is a second account that I had to start up. So if you guys are on Twitter, make sure you come there and check it out and follow us there. The world is a stage, y'all. All the world. Tim Ballard, and you heard it first from Doug. You know how much heat I took for the Tim Ballard story? But I knew it, man. And I stand by my stuff. I don't get it all right, but I'm pretty good. Like, I'm trying to follow the stuff the best that I can. Tim Ballard is rotten as they come, man. And that video is coming up as well. Where is Tim Ballard? Where's all these people at? Where's Tim Ballard when all these kids are missing? All these illegals are coming over the border. They're being separated. There's videos. They're dropping children off, unaccompanied minors, at the border with ankle bracelets on. They go through the border, get processed, and let go to supposed relatives, and they have the ankle bracelets on. Now they're being monitored from the cartel. Where's Tim Ballard at? Where is he? Where's he at for Maui? Where's the kids at Maui? Where's all the kids at Maui? Man, this is no holds barred tonight, man. We are lit. This is lit.
Oh, Joanna says that she wears grounders, flip-flops from the Earthing Company, and she has their sleeping mat, and my body is healed tremendously. So you can get a grounding mattress pad. You can get grounding mats. You can get grounding lots of different things. And if you don't want to go barefoot, and then you can do it like that. You just have to plug it in, and then you'll be grounded. So that's another option if you don't want to do the barefoot thing.
And eczema, I promise you, if you cut out dairy from the store, processed carton dairy from ice cream or milk or sour cream, that's what cured mine, right? Like, I had it on my elbows. I was real snotty in the mornings in the city life I was living in. And when I cut the dairy out, that stuff, eczema went away.
However,
my snot and stuff went away.
But you were not eating. There's more to it than that.
That's a great
That's a good way to start. But you also need to look at, trying to possibly add some fermented food to it to heal the gut. You have some gut dysfunction.
Gut
it always comes out into the skin.
Yes.
He was not eating good at that time. You were drinking Pepsi, and you were drinking and doing some eating bad.
No joke.
Yeah. But
moving out here, living off grid, saved our life, because she had issues. I was having issues. It saved our life. And then now that I'm learning about these frequencies and now why they're pushing the 5G, it's not for your convenience, right? When you learn about this stuff, you're going to be like, what? But since we've been living up there, and we're not, have I?
Okay.
I thought I stopped.
Okay.
And since we've been living up there and we haven't been around the electricity, our house is not charged with electricity. Right? We're minimally using it. That's another reason why we're healthy, I believe, right? Because we're not being bombarded all the time with all that stuff.
That is so true. Like, if you guys could, definitely do not sleep with your phone or any electrical devices by your head at night in your bedroom. That is the time when your body is to repair itself and do what it needs to do. You'll have very fragmented sleep if you are sleeping with your phone there, or on your head, or in your pocket. So definitely at nighttime, you should have a pristine room. I would not have anything plugged in or anything in the room. That should just be a place where you are sleeping.
And yes, you should grow Jerusalem artichokes. And yes, the Western world, by the way, is the only one dragging around the tit milk after, you're off your mama. Okay? I don't know what's up with that. But everybody else really doesn't bother with milk after they're done, right? So, no, it's true.
No.
And milk is made for a 1,000-pound animal, right? That's why a lot of people have the sheep milk and goat milk, so that would be a better alternative, right? So the enzymes and everything in that's more for our stomachs. And there's just a lot of other things up with it. But if you can get it right from the tit, the milk from the tit is always the best.
Raw milk.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
Raw milk.
Yeah, definitely do that. And I'll have to say, like I love goat milk and I love sheep milk. I love raw sheep cheese and raw goat cheese. You can find that more readily now. You can find raw milk cheeses at most of the stores, and you may not have any clue. They're like, oh, you have raw, cheese. Cheese is a fermented type food. So, look at the labels and it'll say made from raw sheep's milk, or a lot of feta cheese is made from sheep milk. So just look at your labels and see, but generally, your goat and your sheep milks or whatever. And then the other thing you want to look at, different dairy, different from a cow. You want something, if you hear it's called A2 milk, because certain cows, like a Holstein or something like that, that's going to be more of an inflammatory type milk. So you want to look at A2 cows, like there's Charolais or Guernsey, Dexter. Those are going to have that enzyme that is much easier to digest for the body too. So that would be, if you're going to do cow's milk, those are the ones that I would look at. And there's other ones.
What's the rebounder we like?
Bellicon.
And it's
and from
bands.
Germany.
It's not springs.
It's like bungee cords.
Yeah, and they're awesome. Bellicon.
And actually, I need to get more bungees. I need to tell you about that. You're supposed to replace them every few years. I've had mine for a while, and I bounce a lot, so I think I need new bungees.
And listen up, y'all. Anytime that Stacy and I get on the road and we come around these cities, especially with the 5G, we cannot sleep. We cannot sleep. We have very unsettled sleeping, very unsettled, we just feel very unsettled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's the truth. You just don't get a good old solid night's sleep. We always notice it. That was one of the reasons why we got the RV, is to get out of the hotel. Because we felt the hotel was killing us.
I can never sleep in a hotel. The hotel really kills
you. It was killing. The lights, the electric, the noises, everything about it was just like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, EV says, what's the microgreens ladies web address? It's barefootmicrogreens.com. So if you guys want to start growing live food, easy, go to barefootmicrogreens.com. There you go. For a lot of you guys that want to have something and have fresh vegetables in the winter months, you can do it from from your home. And all you got to do is do a little dirt in a tray, put your seeds on there, put a little sprit of water on there, and in a few days you're going to have these beautiful, mineral and nutrient dense little sprouts. So, and then you can cut them and put them on your sandwiches, and you only need a handful, and you're going to get so much nutrition from them, and it's so easy to do. Anybody can do it.
All right, everybody's going to do an experiment, okay? All y'all got your cell phones, okay? If you have a newer car, or anytime you're around the LED lights, right? Get your camera out and take a video. Take a video of the lights, right? Like if you see a car and they got the new fancy LED kind of lights, or you're around LED lights, just take a video of the light. And when you look at the video, you're going to see a lot of flickering, because that's how LED lights work, right? But that flickering, oh, this is all so crazy. The flickering is actually like message sending, right? These are subconscious pulses that are sent out. That's why they're banning incandescent lights and trying to say that it's for saving the planet. Lie. And all these, like if you do any studies, if you read about lights and LED lights in your eyes, they don't really recommend you having LED lights. They're pretty bad for your eyes. So go check this stuff out. Put a camera out there and see somebody's LED headlights. I see it all the time because I'm doing film all the time, right? And I started seeing that, and it started clicking in my head what was up. But those things pulse, and just like your TV and your phone and all that stuff, that blue light they say that messes with you and stuff, that stuff's pulsing and it's messing with you. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention right quick. So that's a cool experiment that you guys could do, especially if you have kids. and you can show them like how that's working.
Yeah, and then make sure that you guys are, if you are watching us right now, you're getting ready to go to bed, make sure you have, they say an hour, but really 2 hours of not having that screen from that blue light in front of you before you go to bed. Like read a book.
Yeah, they trigger
walk around
seizure
and do some
activity. Yes.
So just watch out for that, because then it'll help with your sleep. Your sleep is so important. You know, you can, you know, maybe not eat so perfectly or not, you know, maybe get as much movement as you need to, but your sleep is so important for you guys to repair mentally and physically. So important. And over time, if you're not getting the right amount of sleep, it really can mess with you over time. So think about your sleep. You know, get your, you call it sleep hygiene. Make sure everything is just perfect. Nothing's plugged in, nothing's by your head in the bedroom. Your bedroom is cool, you know, and then that way, you know, you could, and don't eat, you know, at least 3 hours before you go to bed. You want to make sure there's nothing in your belly, and see how you're sleeping, and try to go to bed consistently every night. Even like some people stay up late on the weekends, try to go to bed at the same time. And then if you have to stay out late, get up early like you normally get up, and then that way that's going to help your circadian rhythms too.
Bellicon. 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 I'm just reading your comments, man. Let's get some action. You got some questions? I'm not going to rant anymore. I'm just going to answer questions. But y'all, I'm telling you, man, if we are in the doo-doo, right? We're here. This is it. Did you guys see old President Trump talking the other day? Did he hold up a folder that said President of the United States on it and then do like a 6 and a Q signal on it? I mean, are you following this stuff? You can't even make this stuff up.
Yeah, you need to quit.
Get that away from me.
Banging it.
I know. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Ears.
Man, stop it, Doug.
It's loud.
It's the same to buy ghee as to make it. No, it's better when you make it, because then you got skin in the game.
But if you're going to buy it, just make sure it's from grass-fed cows. And of course, if you have it, it says grass-fed A2 cows, that's even better. But yeah, you do the best as you can. But ghee is very wonderful for you. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for putting it in your foods, cooking your foods, baking, making your eggs, cooking whatever. It's just amazing. It is so healthful for you. You can go on the internet and just put, you know, health benefits of using ghee, and you'll be like, wow, it is good stuff. Good
y'all,
stuff.
then seriously, can we get really serious? Like really serious? Y'all, gosh, I'm gonna get some hand signal thing again. Please step up your calisthenics. Please step up your physical fitness, right? If y'all are sedentary a lot, right? Please start picking up on that. Start being more active. Get off your duff, right? Like, you are going to need yourself, and family might need you. Somebody's going to be needing you. So y'all get fit. Get spiritually fit. Get more physically fit. Practice your firearms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just don't take this, you know, if you take life casually, you'll end up a casualty. Okay? And the Father wants us to be fruitful and to multiply. So we have to be into self-preservation. So you guys just please, I know a lot of folks, if you had to really kind of grab your stuff and go, man, you're going to be... So just start working on that. Like, if you start now, like, you can make some good strides before it's really necessary.
Yeah, just go for a walk. You know, walking is easy. It's one of the wonderful things to do. And then here's another thing for a lot of you. A lot of people are having heartburn, or they're having insulin problems. You might have insulin resistance or diabetes. One of the best things for your insulin levels is to go for a walk after you eat. It's incredible. And if you went for a walk and had like a spoonful of apple cider vinegar in your water, that's going to help your blood sugar even more. So by doing simple things like that, that could help, and start walking, going, you know, a little bit, then next day go a little bit more to build up your stamina. Because, you know, you never know. You never know. And then you might start noticing that your aches and pains are going away, you're feeling better. So all these little things are great. Like if you never got the mail, walking to get your mail instead of taking your, little cart or something like that. So do the best you can. Let's say you're in a wheelchair. Okay. Start using the wheelchair a little bit more, maybe to get around and working on your arm strength. Or here's another one. When you age, the one thing that'll determine how well you age is your grip strength. So you could get a ball and practice squeezing it. There's those little things like handles that you can squeeze, working on your grip strength. But I'm going to talk to you about that. We always are gripping all the time too, right guys? So you want to look at things and work the opposing muscle. So once you're done gripping and doing that, here, I'll show you an exercise. You can talk real quick.
So
a lot of people have hand problems.
Some people said he said go, and then some people said it was a 6 and a Q, like, the January 6th stuff, because that's total bogus, by the way. And I don't know if you guys are paying attention to Washington, D.C., but they're basically on lockdown, man. There's like heavy security, police activity all around the Capitol. Fences are up like crazy. I don't know if you guys know any of that stuff, because nobody's really talking about it, but it's like serious business over there right now.
All right. So here's another exercise. So, if you use this thing for grip strength, you can use a ball or those little handle things. Or if you're having problems in maybe your thumbs, your fingers, and through here, we're always grabbing. So we're strong here. We don't have any flexibility when we go to open it up. So we're strong here, but we need to work it the other way. So you can get a rubber band, about this big or so, and you're going to make like a little claw. See, I did this, and you're just going to go like that. I do this already? I think I already did it on here, but this is a really good one. And don't do it with straight fingers or it'll come off. You kind of have to curl your fingers like a C, and you're just going to do like this, and you're just going to keep going until it starts to feel you're a little tired. Okay, so you go, and a lot of you that have problems in your thumbs, maybe you'll be like, oh my gosh, my thumb is tired already. Then just stop. And then just do it. You can do it every day. Do a few repetitions. And then that way you'll help strengthen in through that. Because a lot of problems people have when they have injuries or, things are hurting on them, it's probably just from muscle imbalances. Maybe your calves are stronger than your shins. Or maybe your hamstring, is not as tight or strong as your thigh, which that usually is. Or, you can move up. Your back is stronger than your chest. So these things are important to stretch and strengthen both opposing muscles. And then when you're done, go ahead and stretch them out. It's very helpful, stretching out the fingers, okay? Because we're grabbing all the time. So there's a little exercise you can try. And then Jake and Nancy, he wants to know, is Purina sheep mineral bad? The mineral for sheep, and they just started making it, is through Redmond agriculture. And I think you can go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, can't you? And find it on there. You can use our link and you'll get a discount. But it's a sheep mineral supplementation. And I gave it to our sheep when they really needed it, when the ground was totally dried up and the grass was dead. And they sucked it up, and it made them not like bay at me and come at me every time I came near them. It really satisfied them because they were getting the minerals that they needed that they weren't getting from all the dried up grasses and stuff. So I love it. They're really proud of it. They just came out with it. So it's the sheep mineral, and it's in a bag, and I just love it. I just put it out in a tub, and I let them take it free choice. All right, where are we? It's so quiet in here.
How much garlic should be in a 3-pint jar? Doesn't matter. Whatever you're putting it in, it's 1 part garlic.
In a pint?
So whatever. If you put it in whatever, what is it? 1 part garlic, 1 part honey.
Well, here, for garlic honey? Yeah, so if you put about this much of the garlic, so and then
that's
like
1 part.
Or 3, and then maybe 3 parts. Well, the big thing to remember with the honey is you do not want to get too close to the top. If you get too close to the top, it's going to start to ferment and bubble, and it'll make a big mess. So whatever you put it in, just make sure that you cover it with about a couple inches of honey, and then at least you have like 3 inches at the top. That's just the big thing. So if you put it in a quart jar or whatever, you can put as much. If you wanted to put it in a half-gallon jar, just make sure that you have 3 inches at the top, So that way you don't have it bubbling up and making a big mess.
The next alarm is on the 11th.
I think it's at the same time, 2:20. But
around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Turn your phones back off
turn them off.
again.
Because they're doing it early, tricking people because people are not wanting to have it on them.
Your government killed Kennedy. Period. Your government loves you to death. Period. Hillary Clinton and the Clintons are disgusting. Period.
Hi, silly rabbit.
You still don't know who's on Epstein's flight list. Period. Because they're all on it. Period. You guys don't get it, man. Like George Carlin said, it's a great big club, and you ain't in it. That's right, Doug. They allow chemtrails, period. They're doing it on purpose to mess with your frequencies, period. They're cutting you off from above and below, period. The more you get separated from the frequencies, the more you are clogged up and in pain and dis-ease.
So get out in nature. Make time to get out in nature, to sit outside, go for a walk, go to the park. If you live in a concrete jungle, drive in the car, go out someplace and get in nature. It is very healing for the body and it will help reset a lot of things. So really think about these simple, free things that you guys can do to keep your health. It's just like, I always think of herself like a Ferrari or a car. You want to keep everything running fine inside of it. So these simple things be very helpful. You know, drink some lemon water with a little unrefined salt in it in the morning to get you started. Grounding,
listen,
nature.
Y'all, a 22 is a great weapon. Did you know the Israeli force, you know, the Israeli IMF, they actually use the 22s as the first line of defense. They have a good range. And if you put one in an eye socket, right, it bounces around inside here and it takes them out. It also, when it goes in here, it bounces around off of the bones. It's a good carnage. Like, you know, it's a good round to have. And if it's not a lot of kick, you know, it's just a good round. It's not the best or greatest, but it's a good one. So, and they're light. You can carry a lot of them. A 22 rifle is very good and accurate. A 22 pistol is very good as well. So those are good, and they're good entry levels, and you can also learn good on them, so you can get your motor skills down, because that's what it boils down to, right? Is, you know, draw time, right? And accuracy, and those things you got to work on.
Oh, Patricia says she can literally hear her lymph nodes draining when she massages her neck. It's true. You can. I mean,
you can.
The more you get in tune with your body, a lot of us over time have been numbed, especially eating a bunch of junk food and processed foods. You get numb to a lot of this stuff. And once you don't have it inside your body and you eat it, it's just like, oh, it makes you feel just so terrible. And the same thing with the lymphatic massage. It's very, very important. Should we do the lymphatic massage before we leave today? We can all do it together.
We'll do that next week, because we're fixing to go right now, actually.
Yes.
We got to get.
Yep, a lot of people.
You know what? I just think, man, the only person I see who's not New World Order stuff probably is Trump. I don't know about DeSantis. There's some kind of creepy stuff going on with him in his background. He takes big pharma money, so does Trump. I don't know, man. Trump won't come out and say the jabs were bad, and he knows. I mean, I don't know. He loves the UN, he said, but somebody said maybe he doesn't anymore. What I can tell you about old Trump is he's got crap for discernment. He put his arm around Tim Ballard. He always seems to put his arms around the wrong people. Barr was a joke. He thought Barr was a good guy. He was a joke. Seems like a lot of people that he was told to put in that he said was okay, they turned out to be no good. So I'm not too hip on his discernment stuff, but I do believe he loves our country, and I do believe he wants to save it. And I don't believe he's down with all this, you know, this New World Order stuff. Like,
What's that?
But that's just me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh, Sharon says.
But everybody else is garbage. And Kennedy Jr. is dropping the truth bombs too, right? It'd be cool if those two would just unite up and then just do a truth bomb ticket.
What was I going to say? Sharon says we need a women's retreat. Sharon, we are having
It
a
is a
women's
movie.
retreat.
I know, man. I know.
We're
But
having
I said
a women's
those
retreat.
are the choices. Out of what we have to deal with, those are the choices. And it's all rigged anyways. They already showed it to you. They proved it to you. They told you to shut up about it.
Okay, we're having a women's retreat at the end of the month, but it's sold out. So it's October 27th and 28th. So I can't wait to see you guys that are coming because we have so much to do.
Yeah, Miss Fitzgerald, that's called shedding. So if you get around a lot of people that have been vaxxed, you know, they're salivating and spitting and talking and breathing and all their microbiomes spreading out around you. That's why they kept us 6 feet apart too, right? Because we share biome areas here. So that we are meant to be close together. And when we break that and we're farther apart than that, it causes us to get sicker. You guys look this stuff up. I'm not making it up. And they know that. Just remember, they know all of this stuff. They know you better than you know. They lock people in rooms. They put them under stress. They test their brains. They do all kinds of crazy crap to folks, man. They know you better than you. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Everything is a setup. They just keep you going to work and paying your bills. They're cutting off your lifespan. You're supposed to, the Bible says, live to be 120, 30 years old, 40 years old. They got you living 60, 70. You think that's old now? You call them old people?
All right, G. Davis wants to know, is organic Valencia peanut butter safe for dogs? I would not give dogs peanut butter all the time for the same reason. It's not good for them. I mean, if once in a blue moon, if you're going to put a pill on it, but I would not do it for me personally. You can do your research on it, but I wouldn't. And then, well, we were talking about prepping items, you know, for you guys. I can't believe we forgot. The sun oven
is
would
an
be
awesome.
definitely
Y'all
one.
get us. I'm putting that link directly. Get a sun oven. You guys, if the grid goes down, you're not going to be able to cook. All your food's going to be jacked up. At least with this, you guys can cook your food. You can distill water. I mean, this
Dehydrate things.
we dehydrate tomatoes.
Everything, herbs.
Or herbs.
Yeah, tons of stuff. Yeah.
Y'all, it's worth every penny. Don't be complaining about the price. It's worth every penny. They last your lifetime. Like, you will give it to your kids and they can give it to their kids. This is the real deal, Shamil. Get a sun oven while they still got parts. While they still are making sun ovens. There was a time 2 years ago when they couldn't even get parts to make the sun oven. And people wanted sun ovens for their preps and they had to wait 6 months, 8 months. So don't wait. Be proactive, not reactive. Supply chains are going to start crinkling up again. I told you the story about the trucking lady I talked to who had the Rolls Royce. They're not hiring people at UPS. Have you seen any ads on TV about hiring extra drivers? The trucking business is falling off the cliff. That's one of the first signs of a depression recession. I talked to the lady directly.
Okay. Well. Oh, Morgan says me and my wife are getting gun firearms this week.
You should. And go to a court days in Kentucky because you can get them with no paperwork and you can just pay cash and you walk up and everybody's hunky-dory and it's all legit legal. And I love it. And it's constitutional. And no one should be messing with your right to bear arms or actually to even drive. Do you guys even understand that driving does not require a license? That under the law, see, we're operating under the color of law. See, the rule of law, color of law. You don't know about this stuff probably. We are guaranteed the right of passage to and fro. Okay, period. And this driver's license crap was all a scam. All a scam. I actually have like one of the first driver's licenses that they ever issued because my great grandfather, I have his driver's license. His name was Odom. King Odom. That's his actual name, King Odom. He was in the Ku Klux Klan too. He must have been a Democrat.
No, he was like Grand Poupon.
Yeah, he wanted him to be the grand man. He was a Democrat. Oh man, you know what? Too, my boys are in the military, and Biden got in office. I said, man, you guys, you're not going to have nothing to do. Them Democrats are in office. He laughed at me and said, "Are you crazy? It's the Democrats that always go to war, Dad." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And look at that. Ever since Biden got in, we got Ukraine, Israel, all this stuff going on, Africa. Oh, come on, y'all. Can't you see?
Oh, Five Green Acres says when they first put the smart meter in the home, instant joint and knee problems and back problems, and then he built a Faraday cage around the bed and no more problems.
Right. I'm telling you guys, frequencies that they are emitting, they are out to harm you by them. And you can't see them like they're the invisible enemy. And they're turning them up and turning them up and turning them up. And people are sounding the alarm. People were talking about 5G and everybody was like... And sickness and disease is on the rise exponentially. All right, y'all.
Oh, Chantel wants to know how Abby is. Abby's doing great. She's the cutest little baby. She comes running every time you come in. And she's kind of, it's funny, was accident prone. She got caught in something and it kind of ripped her ear, so she looks like she's got I could put an earring in it. She's got like a slash in her ear. And then she got into something and she sliced her whole eye because she loves to crawl underneath the fence like a dog, like literally flat like a pancake. So she gets all banged up. So she's doing good. She's really sweet. So.
I'm dropping that Sun Oven link repeatedly in the comments. See Doug and Stacy with the check mark? That's me. I'm dropping that link. Y'all, it's no joke. They're $400 or $500. Yeah, the cookbook still comes with it. We've made a little cookbook. Stacy made a cookbook that they print and send out. Phenomenal patriots over there. They do not censor my speech or have shunned us or ran away from us because we're talking about things that actually matter. And I'm telling you guys, I have had all of the sun ovens out there. They send them to us all the time. I have had people say they were going to make a sun oven and it was going to be the best sun oven, and they never can get it to heat up. They never can get it to cook the food.
And I'm going to tell you too.
Tell her.
We've had all the sun oven people, contact us.
That's what I said. We've had them all. I've had all of them. The tube, the other plastic one, all of them.
Nothing compares. So
nothing compares.
I just like it. It's easy to take care of. It's
like
easy to wipe down. I just take it out. It's simple. So I really can't say enough for it. I mean, honestly, we don't endorse a lot of things.
We don't.
And these are the things that I've worked. I mean, I've told you my sun oven, my original sun oven, I mean, I've left it outside. It's been in the rain. I've done it, and I mean, it still looks good. It still does what it's supposed to do, and I can't say enough about it.
We have a whole playlist. Like, if you're not sure about the sun oven, just go watch our videos. We have a whole playlist. If you just click our picture right here, you just go click on our picture, and then it takes you to our page, and you'll see home, videos, shorts, live, playlist, community. Don't miss the community tab. The community tab on YouTube is lit. We have great information in our community tab. But if you just hit playlists, you'll go over here and you'll see, where is it? Sun oven cooking right there. Solar oven cooking right there. I'll go ahead and get this right now and share it with you guys.
Oh, look, Yol feta cheese and lava spread. They have Armenian flag. Yes, my favorite.
Each Vesas.
Each Vesas.
I love them.
Okay. You're answering what you said.
Yeah, I was just saying, just letting them know. Doug knows some stuff.
Doug knows
I am the unusual fellow,
he does
right?
That.
Like, I am I left home when I was a young man, like 14, 15. I'm a worldly fellow. I've been around a lot. I have discernment, and I'm just telling you guys, balls and strikes, how I see it.
And today we were with my aunt. We took my 93-year-old aunt out to
Aunt B.
Aunt B. And she's talking to me in Armenian, and I'm like, do you know what she just said? Because I know he knows certain words. I didn't know if he
They were talking about the big girl.
No, and so, no, not that one. No, it was something else. It was something else. And so, and then he knew what we were talking about.
If we get removed from YouTube, we'll just be with you guys on our email list. We're not going to get removed from YouTube because I feel that I am doing the Father's work. I truly believe in my heart, man, that when I started talking about this and I let my mustache grow, I'll do a video about that coming up, why I let my mustache grow. But I just truly feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys about it, but that's what I feel. Yes, my discount on the Sun Oven is awesome. You're welcome. And thanks for using it. And y'all, seriously, great company. Stand behind their products. If you guys have any problems, you got Uncle Doug as your, what do they call them? Advocates. And when I pick up the phone over there, we get results. So if you guys ever have a problem too, all you gotta do is email me. I've had like 2 people out of all these years email me because maybe they didn't feel like they were getting taken care of, but everything got taken care of. Totally 100%. They are 100% good business over there. And here's the link that saves you money.
Rita says, what should babies drink after formula is done? Meaning they're old enough and they're not doing the formula? Water.
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 Imagine that.
In the bottles, water. Water is great.
And yes, you can use it in the wintertime. You can use it with the snow. It doesn't matter about the temperature outside. Which matters is if you can see your shadow.
Sun.
Now, there are some tricks to turning it upside down and using it just so you can get the most sun in there.
And
so
that's on the short days, like December,
right.
You know, when we have really short days, you know, you might want to do that. You turn it sideways.
And yes, we are going to court days, so we'll see you guys there.
And then Joanne says, can an exercise ball be used if you don't have a rebounder? Joanne, you can sit on the ball. Make sure you have plenty of air in the ball so your butt's not dropping down. You want to make sure you have a 90-degree angle from your hip and your knee and your ankle. You're sitting on it, and then get your feet apart and then turn some music on and just bounce. But don't bounce down in the ground. You want to push down with your legs and go up, bouncing up. And that's great. That'll work too.
You go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Offgridwithdougandstacy.com, right? And there's a box that pops up that says join the email list or whatever, right on the very first page. I don't know what, some of you guys are having a hard time with this, and I can't take your emails, and I can't personally put you on the email list. There's like almost 1.2 million of you guys, and there's just Doug. And then I can't do it. So you have to do it yourself. And some people are saying they were having problems with it, or I don't know, but it could be there's so many people doing it. It could just be something with the information. I just kind of hire this company to babysit my email list, and then I use that as a way to get you the information because YouTube censors it. That's it. But that's how you have to get on the email list. And also with the email list, we let you know if we have cabbage giveaways, if we're out and about throwing out cabbage, which we might do at court days. I might buy, if y'all show up at court days, I might buy several of you a handgun. I'll just have to give you the money and you can do it yourself. But I don't even know how they do that there, if you can just buy it or whatever. But that's how we do that. So you got to get on the email list yourself. I cannot add you on there. It's just too much. And I send out all the orders, y'all. If any package you get from the Missouri Tea Company, my fingers touched it, right? Like I write notes on there, but I fill all those orders. I do all that stuff. That's why I'm behind right now. So if you order something, be patient with me.
Donna wants to know, do I bring herbs in for the winter? Well, a lot of my perennial herbs just keep coming back. That's why it's so important. Look at your zones. You know, oregano is very hardy. Your thyme can be very hardy. Well, all these different herbs will keep coming back. Sage will come back. So a lot of these plant, and then mint will come back. All the mints, spearmints, peppermints, different mints, well, they'll keep coming back also. Like your basils are going to be very cold sensitive and they won't make it. That's more of a perennial. It just, you know, depends where you're living. The dill will be the same way, but definitely plant these perennial herbs that will keep coming back every year. And a lot of them will reseed themselves. Like borage is a wonderful one for the pollinators. It has a very good cucumbery taste. The flowers are wonderful and they're medicinal and they're healthy for you. So that'll reseed itself very easy. So, you know, you put these in different areas and just have them. And I don't really bring any herbs in. Rosemary, I've tried to do rosemary. You know, if you have a big bush and you bring it in, if you have a lighted area, rosemary can overwinter well. Sometimes I'll try to do peppers. That's not an herb, but some of my nice pepper plants I'll try to bring in and overwinter. And my stevia, I do always bring in and overwinter too. So you can bring in certain things. My log cabin isn't the best. Our old house we used to live in, it was a whole atrium. So I had plants everywhere and I could really do a lot with plants. I can't do as much in our cabin. What are you laughing at?
So I took Stacy's book off of the pre-sale, right? Because see, what happens is when I do my orders, I can do bulk orders. Okay, so like I can knock out 50 at a time. I can print the packing slips, and then I start filling the orders and getting them going. Like you guys are getting all my inside information here. Okay. But what happens is on the pre-orders, now I gotta go. I gotta stop on every single order. I gotta see if you ordered the new Remedy book. Then I gotta mark it as, tag it as a pre-order and kind of push it out of the way. And then I gotta go to the next person and see if they ordered other stuff other than the Remedy book. And then I gotta tag that one, push it out. You know what I mean? So I have to literally, thousands of orders I'm going through one by one to make sure. So that's why the pre-sale of the book is off. I'm going to get caught up probably by next weekend, and then we'll do the there's going to be one more, maybe two, of the pre-sale. She's going to sign all the pre-sales if you get a pre-sale book. So she's going to be getting writer's cramp. But then we're going to stop with the pre-sales, and then you'll just get it when it's available. So we'll probably do 2 more pre-sales.
And what are you going to do if you get writer's cramp? Because I'm like this, writing so much, so I want to work the muscles the other way. If you guys were watching earlier, get your rubber band and do your little exercises, right? Like this. Until you feel it, and then stop. Okay?
I know y'all talking about looking to the left. I don't know. I mean, you guys, I did this the other day, and now I'm throwing 666 hand signals, and we got the windows open on the RV, and it's kind of a busy road out here, and so there's cars going by, so maybe maybe it catches my eye or something. I look over there. I don't know. You guys are something else, right? 2:30 is not 2:30. It's 8:30, and all this. You saw me. I was reading it right off there, so the people that had that information had the wrong information. Just stuff you guys catch up on is like, that's called minutia. It's the noise. Just stay focused on the message and like what's being talked about. You know what I mean? And I am going to make mistakes. Sometimes when I talk about something, like I might have said for a hot second, Kennedy and Clinton and might have slipped into New York, but immediately right after that said that they were in our California, Feinstein, New York, whatever it was. I immediately corrected and said that those two were in New York, not California. Feinstein was not in New York. Any fool knows Feinstein's been in California. Anybody who remotely even kind of sort of follows this stuff. So I don't have teleprompters. I don't do notes. I don't have a big list of stuff when I sit down with the video. I kind of, what's on my heart, you know what I mean? And then I try to bring you the information the best that I can. That's all. So I'm going to make some slip ups, and I'm going to, just don't get caught up on that. Just know that the information was solid. He was a front runner. He died in a plane crash. Hillary won. That's the facts.
Oh, and then look at this now. Barbara Rutledge says she has a benign skin biopsy after using eggplant extract for 2 months. Because I had talked about that. So a lot of times with skin problems, people have different possibly cancerous things or things that look kind of weird. Look up, do your research on eggplant extract. It's a cream that you can use it topically. So just if you're having any of those issues, look up eggplant extract and see what you think.
And I said I messed up, right? There's going to be some mess ups. I'm not some polished speaker, trying to boogles and doogles you, right? I'm just some dude. I'm just trying to give you the information how I'm finding it, like straight. Like I'm not candy coating it or jerking it around or nothing. There's no motivation here. I just want you guys to see what I'm seeing. That's all. So hopefully you can see it, because you need to be prepared. Can you imagine all those Israelis who could have been more prepared?
Oh, Lauren says she's got tons of apples. Do they ferment well?
Lots of apples.
Fermented applesauce. The things with fruit, it's going to get more alcohol tasting if you don't eat them within a couple months. So apple cider vinegar. And then this was a cool little recipe I saw. You can get your apples, and then you take the core out and you scoop it out, kind of make like you're making a bowl. And then you can make a filling in there if you want to do some oats, or you want to do some put some flour, I'm going to do this with some einkorn flour, and you can put some cinnamon in there and a little, honey or maple syrup, and then you can put raisins in there and bake them in the oven. That sounded really good, so I'm going to try to do that. Or, if you want to, you could even get some of the apples if you're going to use them for baking. You could even, cut some up, put them in the freezer, and then just use them, and they'll get all mushy and gross, and you can just use them maybe in baking. You could possibly do that too. But I use a lot. I do tons. You can make apple butter. You can make your applesauce. You can can it. You can do some fermented. I did a video on fermented apple slices, where you do a whole chunk of them, like a quarter of it, and put them in jars, or do fermented applesauce also. But I would do a ton. You can do apple brandy. I've done tons of videos on that one. Apple brandy you could do, your apple cider vinegar. Those are like the things that I generally do with mine. And of course, you're going to use a lot. You can make apple cakes. You can make apple dumplings. You can do. There's lots of different things you can do right now. You can make lots of apple bread and freeze it too.
We're working on the stitches right now, guys. I thought it was going to be a little smoother. We got like several blends of these herbs we got to put together, and y'all are buying like somebody buys 5, 6, 7. So
no, 9 and 10.
I was just not. I underestimated it, and I'm trying to keep up best I can. We're working on it right now, so we should be back in order here in a minute. And I'm going to try to extra stock up, and then I don't know. I'm just trying to do the best we can, man. It's just me and her. Like, and then we have the Amish folks come in. We hire them to do the stuffing of the envelopes and put the stuff in the jars and everything, because that's great for them. Great family business for them. But that's what's up. We're trying to keep up, but we can't.
Yeah, with the stitches.
Yes, we're coming to court days. Yes, and more yes.
I totally sliced the whole end of my finger off. I went into my bag and I was digging for something and I sliced the whole tip off. And so I grabbed the herbal stitches and I packed it on there really good, and it closed it. So I did it. But it works well. But we just have to get it all and get it in stock and, get it from where we need to get it from, and it'll be coming soon. It should be here any minute. It just died. So we're going to have to get off?
No, but I was wondering because I don't have any internet.
Well, because it just died.
Right. We'll go plug it in over there.
Okay. All right.
We can handle it, y'all. We got backups on backups. But we're going to blow out here in a minute, though. We just love hanging out with you guys. And we love telling the truth, man. I don't understand, I don't know. I just wish more people were trying to help people become more aware, because I'm just here to tell you, when people start hearing this stuff, it starts resonating with them, and there's a lot of people waking up. Don't give up on the people. There's a lot of people waking up, y'all. A lot. This is the Great Awakening.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to go.
No,
right?
We're not. I just hooked up the internet. I'm ready.
Now I can't read anything. I don't have any. I can't see what everyone's saying.
Where is our military? Yeah. I got stories about that. I don't know. Chocolate tea okay to order?
Oh, yeah.
I think we have some in stock.
We got plenty of chocolate tea. Yeah, we do.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
We do.
We might be getting low on some stuff, but we're getting ready to get stocked up on some stuff. And we appreciate all the love and support you guys show us. If they ever whack us from the YouTube, the Missouri Tea Company is going to, help us. So we appreciate all the love and support that you guys are giving us at the Missouri Tea Company, where we sell teas and tea strainers and blends of the Rest and Digest and our chocolate tea. And we also have our books there that we write. And we're going to have more items coming. We have 100% beeswax candles.
Unrefined. No smells, no nothing.
Already online. I'm just trying to work out the last few details. I'll give you guys, since you're here, you 5,271 people with only 4,200 thumbs ups, but I'll give you a good look here at what the candles are kind of looking like. We have different sizes. We got the low burns, high burns, no burns, slow burns. And all these beeswax candles are great for your environment. They detox your environment. Tell them, Stacy.
They help cleanse the air. You're not going to get, a lot of these other candles made out of paraffin and even the soy, and they'll use a lot of artificial smell goods. All that stuff's bad for your endocrine system. Like for me, years and years ago, before we moved off grid, I was having a lot of health issues because I would put air fresheners in my house, in every single room. I use scented candles everywhere, and those things are so terrible. Did you guys know your home is probably the worst toxic place of all places? And
besides the toothpaste aisle at the grocery store. That's
and then you're putting all that junk in the air. So this helps to purify the air. They don't smoke as much as a regular candle.
I can't show you.
And they burn longer. And so they're just wonderful. And they have a beautiful smell. It's just unrefined beeswax. And I just adore them. When we first started moving off grid, we have a candelabra, and I had the candles in there, and I would use those candles. And I just really come to love them. And a lot of the things that we talk about here and we do are definitely things that I use on a daily basis, and we just like. And so we started doing this.
You ever watch The Love Boat? You guys remember The Love Boat? Hold on.
Doug and Stacy.
That's Captain Steubing and Julie right there.
Not
Listen,
Julie. That's Julie. That's his daughter. That's the other one, not Julie.
You're watching Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Man, we know some people.
If you guys didn't see it, Doug and I renewed our vows on the Love Boat.
We broke a world
It
record.
was the year of COVID.
Yeah, right when it started. We pulled into Florida, got off the ship, and then they locked everybody up after that.
That was fun.
You guys know, here's another one, right? You know this guy here? Let me see if I can find him. Oh, we're just having fun now.
I saw someone said under eye bags. I just told you guys earlier, if you didn't see it, you can get about a quarter teaspoon of salt, unrefined salt, in a couple cups of water, in warm water, and then just...
Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy, who I understand have a large YouTube following.
You guys know who that is? That's what you guys check him out.
Awesome. I mean, Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy, who I understand have a large YouTube following.
Yeah. We know some people. You guys know about old Michael Savage? The Savage Nation? Savage. They kicked him off the radio, y'all. He's a good, pretty solid dude. We've followed him for a while, Michael Savage. Oh, we're just having fun now. We're just hanging out like family now. We got the business out of the way. I'm telling you guys, I hope you guys are taking this stuff serious. You know what I mean? Like, seriously serious. And teaching your sons how to be men, how to shake hands and look men in the eyes when they do it. There's so much leadership missing from families right now, y'all. Breaks my heart, really. Breaks my heart. Thoughts on using vitamin E oil?
Yeah, vitamin E will go. And if you make homemade, like salves, or if you're using lotions and all that, vitamin E will help it last a little longer. But a lot of people use vitamin E oil. You can use it. Always check it on different test areas just to make sure you don't have a reaction. But a lot of people use it to take off their eye makeup and maybe mix it in things that you're going to make. You can put it, like I have recipe, you can do lip balm or you do lotions. It just helps it last longer. But vitamin E oil is very nourishing for the skin.
Read the comments. I just dropped my Twitter handle right there. It's Doug and Stacy, at Doug and Stacy on Twitter. Go follow us, boy. I'd be busting it up over there.
Maybe you don't want to go over
And you know what? I'm the guy that lets the liberals try to troll me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't block them and hide them, and I go back and forth with them. Here I am talking with you guys, right? Showing how I feel, like everything. Who else do you guys do this with? Seriously. Who else, like me and Stacy, are you guys sitting around with who you watch every Sunday night? Are they showing up and giving you their personal talking tos and everything? Who else? Please leave them in the comments. Because that stuff matters to me. And I've always made that a big deal. Yeah, X, whatever. You know why they got rid of the Twitter stuff, man? Go look up Operation Bluebird. Oh my gosh, y'all. I know you heard stories that Facebook was started by the government. True. Mark Zuckerberg and his wife are actually injecting deers and sending them out into the wild. They're rounding them up, injecting them. They have a whatever, what do they call them?
Huh?
Not a fund, but it's a group, like a business. It's a non-for-profit or whatever, and they round up deer, inject them with the mRNA, and send the deer back out so the hunters can eat them, right? Literally, they're doing that. When I bring you the story this week, they're dropping vaccines from airplanes, y'all, right now. I'm going to do the story. I'm trying to do these stories. They come out so fast. Literally dropping vaccines from the air right now.
What do they want, animals to eat it?
Oh, stay tuned for the story, y'all. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel here, in case you guys are just here. I know, right? You cannot make this stuff up. We know the Goshens. They're OG Homestead homies. The Goshens know us. We know that big old family over there. Be fruitful and multiply. What happened, y'all? I mean, these kids today, they don't want to have no kids. You ever talk to these kids today? A lot of them don't even want to have no kids. It's crazy.
Okay, see, I can't see any questions now. You guys are going too fast.
Oh, you lost your phone
I
here.
lost my phone.
That's what happened. Stacy went quiet because she can't see the questions here.
It's too quick.
All right, here you go. You can use that one.
Thank you.
And we're only going to hang out for a little bit more. Any concerns? The same concerns for October 11th as October 4th. Turn your phone off, right? You don't want the frequencies going in your ear. A lot of people reported ringing in the ear after that. And a lot of people just reported that they had an uneasy feeling.
Well, because it's in the air.
Yeah.
So the big thing is just, just make sure that you're doing good things. I stayed barefoot that day, and I did my lymphatic massage. I rebounded and all those little bitty things.
Shampoo ginger from the actual plant.
What do you mean shampoo ginger?
I don't know. I guess they're saying they got shampoo. It's made from ginger from the actual plant.
Okay, but I wonder, are you shampooing with ginger water? I'd be more specific.
We don't understand. Does not compute. What do you think of using incense sticks? They're okay, but they're going to burn up stuff. They always burn up stuff.
Well, you got to watch out where your incense comes from, because sometimes they put chemicals on it and it's fake, as opposed to like the resins from a lot of, like there's different resins, like you can do like frankincense and myrrh. They're like the actual resin things. Those are going to be more pure than some of the incense sticks. Some of them do. You got to find out where it comes from. Do your research.
Yes, get your sun oven, get your salt, get yourself prepared. Oh.
A lot of people want to see the Big Six lymphatic. Maybe we should leave with that today.
What is it?
The Big Six, the massage, lymphatic massage. They really do. I've had quite a few people say it.
You'll have to go to our
men and women.
Our fans only.
No.
Go ahead, show it to them. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll do it real quick. But honestly, for anybody, any age, kids,
She said
adults,
shampoo ginger is an actual plant.
shampoo ginger.
The flower looks like red and green and pine cone. When you squeeze it, the natural liquid soap comes out. Shampoo ginger. Never heard of it.
Ooh, I kind of like that. Well, do you use it? Answer that. So you know, I want to. Do you use it?
Awapui. I used to use Awapui.
Yeah,
it was made
well,
by
that's
Paul Mitchell. That was my
I did
flavor,
too.
man.
I did.
You just brought me back to I just had a memory there. Dang, I forgot all about that. Paul Mitchell and Sebastian. My hair was on point.
He had a lot of hair. Now he doesn't have a lot of hair. Yeah, but you know what? What's crazy about shampoo? You can wash your hair with a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. It's crazy, and it works just fine. You can do the apple cider vinegar if you want. Dilute it in water. I'm sure that probably works out great. Wash your hair in honey. I mean, you can do so much, and your hair is fine. You don't need to have all this lathering shampoo that has parabens and phytates and all these bad things for your body. So there's lots of options out there.
Anthony, if you go to our website, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and you hit the events tab, see, we already thought about it. It'll show you everywhere we're going to be the rest of this year, and then we'll start populating for next year. We're working on a spring fling right now. We'll see you guys in spring with some great speakers, some like $30 tickets or $50 tickets, and we'll have a bunch of y'all out at the fairgrounds, and we'll have a great little shindig, hands-on, hee-haw McGraw out there. And that's going to be our spring shindig, and we're going to do seed swaps, and we're going to have music and the whole shebang bang. And then we're going to do our fall thing. Instead of doing it in August, we're going to do it in September, and we're going to stay in Hannibal. And we're going to stay on the riverboat and the whole nine. So everyone loves that, and we're going to have a great time. But we're just not going to do it in August because it's too hot. We're going to move it to like September, October. And that'll be a really good thing.
And we're ready to do the Big Six lymphatic massage.
Show them the Big Six, baby.
So you can do this anytime. I like to do, in the morning or just whenever. Let's say you're on your lunch hour. You can do it anytime. But basically, you have to go in order. And there's 6 of them. You have to go in order because we have a big bulk of them around in here. So we want to start at the collarbone first. So you have a collarbone. You want to do above and below the collarbone. And all you're going to do is just do gentle massage above the collarbone. You know, you can
Like
use circular
by your shoulder?
motion
Like where?
right above the bone.
Right
Right
above
in
it?
there,
Right
in
in
the
between
crease.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where the crease is, from the shoulder all the way down.
Right.
And you do
How long do you stay on each spot?
You know, some people are in a hurry. If you, it's better than nothing. So if you can just massage it a little bit. If you find that it's a little tender, like especially underneath here, it could be meaning that you're a little clogged up.
So do
Okay.
you want to like rub each spot as we show them about the same amount of time probably?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. You're just going to go down.
And do you pat or is it just rubbing?
Okay, so you're going to roll it a little bit, and then at the end, you're going to pat it. Okay, then you're going to do the other side. You'll start above the collarbone.
Could you do them both at the same time?
I like to do one at a time, but
Personal preference?
I guess you're a man. You want to go faster, so
I don't know.
you
I'm
could
just
do it.
asking. I can hear everyone saying these questions.
Yeah. So you can do them both. Certain things you're only going to be able to do one, but if you want to do both, you can. So you're going to rub above and then below. And then once that's done, you're going to pat it. Then you're going to go to your neck. So that's one. Then you're going to go in here. So you're going to kind of follow your earlobe down where you feel that muscle here. And just see what I'm doing. I'm just massaging it like that. And then you can pat it. You know, and if you want to do circular motions, do circular motions. If you want to go down, go down. You go whatever you feel good doing, then you're going to pat it. So that's number 2. Number 3 is underneath the arm here. You kind of have that, it kind of tie in here where your arm attaches to your chest area. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to massage kind of towards the heart a few times, and then you can do the little pat thing, and then you'll do the other side. Same thing. You're going to massage it. So basically, it's sort of like you're kind of clearing out the pipes there, like with the Drano, and then you're going to pat it. So that's number 3. Number 4 is going to be in the belly. So you have a lot of lymph nodes in here. I think the biggest one's in the belly. So right underneath the rib cage here, you're going to find it. And so you can kind of massage it through there. Massage it really good. You can even put your hands over, give it a nice circular motion here. And the one that I like to do is when you're done, you can hit it all around really good. And then you can act like Tarzan. Oh. And then you got where your leg attaches, kind of in the groin area, where your leg attaches to your body. You're going to rub in the groin area there. You're going to rub up kind of towards the heart, and then you can give it a little pat too. And then the last one is behind the knees. So right behind the knees, you're going to massage each one of those really good. Then you're going to pat it, right? And then you'll do the other leg. You're going to massage it, and then you're going to pat it. Okay? And then, if you can, stand up and then try to kind of lift up and down on your toes a little bit. So I kind of always think it's breaking it all up, you know, and then that way we can get rid of it through, you know, digestion, through your peeing and your pooping and all that, and then it'll help clean you out. And that's it. It's the big 6, but if you want more and more videos on it, you can go to Stop Chasing Pain, Dr. Perry Nicholson, and you can find out more about that. He does a lot of different techniques that are just amazing, and you can check out his stuff too. But I'm going to tell you, if you guys are consistent with that, and you maybe have a pain somewhere in your neck that you don't know where it came from, or stuff is happening, it could be because your lymph nodes are clogged up.
Dr. Eric Naputi's down the street from us here. We know Dr. Eric Naputi. Baker Creek, she's not really. Hey, Morgan Woolsey. I know, right? You always think about the big calibers, right? The 22 is a nice little dandy. Sometimes we overthink it. You know what I mean? 117 minutes. How long is that?
A long
2
time.
hours?
No, we need to go.
Oh, y'all, we're straight leaving out of here right now. 2 hours? Oh my
gosh, it's
gosh.
after 9.
Oh my gosh, y'all. We got bedtimes up in here. We can't be staying like this. Look at what you're doing. You're bad influence on us. We're down here in this 5G and everything. All right, we gave you the links. We told you to sign up for the emails. I'm going to have some lit videos coming up this week. We'll get your orders caught up as fast as I can. If you got any questions, leave them on the replay underneath here. I'll troll the comments and see if I can answer some for you guys. Stacy's book is finished. We're 6 to 8 weeks out from sending them out to you guys. As soon as we get them, we'll start sending them out. That's just how it goes. But we're about 6 to 8 weeks out. So that's all I got for you guys.
That's it.
Too legit to quit. Hey. All right, see you guys on the next video. Anything on the way out?
just keep doing what you're doing and
No,
start
don't
getting
keep
healthier.
doing what you're doing. Change everything that you're doing.
Well, if you're doing good stuff, you can keep doing it. So do your big 6 for lymphatic massage, drink good clean water, get out and get some movement, get some sunshine, do what you need to do. And you guys will do it and start preparing yourself for who knows what's going to happen. And go, one more thing, be flexible and be grateful for what we got in life. And
yeah,
be grateful.
gratitude can go a long way.
It is so
y'all.
huge.
Yeah.
Just be grateful for
Gratitude.
the day, for every day. And, as they say, it live in the present.
And I know you kept asking about the freeze-dried food. Get the freeze-dried food. Any food is going to be good food in times of trouble.
And freeze-dried food is going to keep the nutrition in it until you rehydrate it again.
Yeah.
So I
just kind of read the labels though, right? Like you don't want to get the mountain, camping stuff because it's sodium and garbage. Just try to get the purest stuff. There's people out there that make good stuff too with that stuff. It might cost a little bit more, but just remember you're going to pay for it one way or the other. I'd rather pay for it with cash than my health. The most capable hand is at the end of your wrist. We'll see you guys on the next video.
see ya.